Unlocking success when passion meets purpose. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. This timeless saying isn't just simple advice, it's the very core of every journey toward lasting success. In a constantly changing world, where pressure and competition are unavoidable, what truly keeps us going, pushes us past every obstacle, and helps us reach the top? It's that burning love for what we're pursuing. Imagine waking up early in the morning. When your alarm goes off, do you feel excited about the workday ahead, or is it just a reluctance, a burden you have to face? The difference lies in that invisible but powerful connection between you and your work. When you love what you do, work isn't just an obligation, it becomes a part of who you are, a playground where you can express your full potential, explore new ideas, and turn them into reality. This isn't some naive idealization, it's a truth proven by countless success stories. A perfect example is the story of real estate entrepreneurs. They don't just see profit margins, they're captivated by the process of creation, transforming empty lots into meaningful living spaces, into timeless architectural masterpieces. That passion drives them to wake up early, work tirelessly, research, learn, and overcome every challenge, from volatile markets to complex legal hurdles. It's this love that turns challenges into opportunities for them to sharpen their skills, become more resilient, and ultimately reap well-deserved rewards. What's more, when passion truly permeates your work, it creates an endless source of energy. You won't feel tired or bored because every task, every project, is a new adventure. Your creativity will be stimulated, and you will proactively seek solutions for seemingly intractable problems. This is when you're not just working with your mind but with your whole heart, creating superior value, not just for yourself but for the community. The path to winning: listen to advice, but always trust your gut. You have to listen, yes, listen to what other people say, especially those with experience. But ultimately, you've got to have the guts to trust your own instincts. That's how you win. Listen up. People always say, listen to your parents, listen to your elders, they know best. And that, to a certain extent, is true. They've been there, they've seen a lot. Sometimes, they'll give you really good advice that can help you avoid huge mistakes, real disasters. But here's the most important thing: a lot of people, including your loved ones, will tell you, don't do it. It's too risky. You're going to fail. They'll try to pull you back, keep you in their comfort zone. And that's when you have to be strong. You have to have the courage to say, no, I know what I'm doing. I have a vision. I'm going to follow my passion. Because if you don't love what you do, you're never going to truly succeed. You'll just be an average person, someone just working to make a living. And we don't want that, do we? We want to be winners, people who make a difference, people who build great things. I've seen it happen so many times. The smartest people, the ones with the highest degrees, sometimes they're the most afraid. They don't dare to take risks, they don't dare to go against the crowd. And then, you have others, they might not be geniuses, but they have something those people don't: the courage to believe in themselves, to pursue their dreams, even when the whole world tells them they're wrong. When you have passion, you'll work harder than anyone else. You'll find a way to overcome every obstacle. You'll never give up. That's the difference between an average person and a winner. So, listen, but never let other people's words extinguish the fire of passion inside you. Trust your gut, be brave, and you will achieve extraordinary things. That's a fact. The art of perfection, attention to detail, and creativity are a winner's keys. To achieve great success, you can't just do things sloppily. You have to focus on every single detail, and you have to be creative. That's how you build things that are unmatched. Listen, when you're at the top, running a great country, you can't let anything slip through the cracks. You can't be sloppy. That's weak, and it will never lead to success. I always say that attention to every single detail is what makes the difference between an average person and a champion. That's why I always have the best people working for me, people who understand that every detail, no matter how small, can make or break a huge deal, a big project, or an important policy. Just like my father did when he built in Brooklyn and Queens. A great man, very strong, but he understood detail better than anyone. He would save every nail, every scrap of wood. Sounds strange, right? But that's the mindset of a winner. He figured out how to optimize everything, turning the smallest things into profit. I remember once, he had a picture of a dead cockroach on his desk, with the name of a roach killer product. He said, "This product is great, but it's too expensive. We've got to figure out its formula to save a few dollars a gallon." People might laugh, but that's how you build wealth, how you build an empire. That's not cheapness, that's smart, that's strategic, that's absolute meticulousness. And let's talk about creativity. You can't just stick to the old ways. Things change very fast. As president, you have to think big, think differently. You have to find solutions no one has ever thought of to solve the country's difficult problems. You have to look at a situation and see opportunities others don't, just like you look at a plot of land and envision a beautiful skyscraper standing there. That's vision, that's creativity in action. Whether it's negotiating a trade deal, building a border wall, or launching a new economic initiative, every step requires precision. You have to know who your opponents are, what they want, and how you can win. You have to anticipate every scenario and be ready. Creativity doesn't mean being reckless, it means finding smarter, more effective ways to achieve your goals. So, never underestimate the power of meticulousness and a creative mindset. Those are the qualities of great leaders, the ones who know how to turn vision into reality and build truly great things. Believe me, it will help you win. Never give up. The power of unyielding will in the face of challenge. In life, things will not always be fair. You'll encounter bad things, things that are undeserved. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up. Listen up, I've seen a lot in my life, in business, and especially leading this great country. Life isn't always a bed of roses. There will be times when you feel like the whole world is against you. Unfair things will happen, unexpected blows will hit. There will be weak people, people who just want to whine and give up when things get tough. But that's not how winners operate. The great ones, the empire builders, the history makers, they never back down. When I faced big problems, constant attacks, I knew I had to be stronger than ever. I didn't allow myself to fall. You have to put your head down and fight, fight with everything you've got. There's no room for weakness. I remember the early 90s, the real estate market was in a severe crisis. Everyone said I would collapse, that I had lost everything. But I knew better. I knew I could handle pressure, I was smart enough to find a way out. Many smart people who studied with me at Wharton, they had A+ grades, they had everything. But when they faced real problems, they didn't know how to deal with them. They lacked the resilience, the guts to confront difficulties and not give up. As for me, I didn't give up. And look, I got through it, stronger than ever. That was a great test of self, a test you have to pass if you want to succeed at the highest level. You will face opposition. When you do the right thing, when you fight for what's just, you will face more opposition. That's the rule. But you must not back down, you must not give up on what you believe is right. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. The path to success is a rugged journey, full of pressure, but that very pressure will forge you into steel. So, stay focused on your goals, don't let negative words or temporary setbacks distract you. Be resilient in all situations. Always remember, never, ever, ever give up. That's a winner's mindset, and that's how we make this country great again. Embrace challenges, the only way to become greater. Weak people are afraid of challenges. But real winners? They seek out challenges. They know that's the only way to learn, to grow, to become stronger. Always be learning, always be moving forward. Listen to me, when you're the President of the United States, you're going to face huge challenges every single day. There's no downtime. It's not an easy job, not for the faint of heart. But that's what I love about it. Every problem, every issue, whether it's the economy, foreign policy, or whatever, is an opportunity. An opportunity to prove who you are, what you can do. There are people who just want everything to be easy. They want to walk on a smooth road, no obstacles. But you know what? That road doesn't lead to greatness. The path to greatness is always full of bumps, full of obstacles that you have to overcome. And every time you overcome an obstacle, you learn something new. You become smarter, more resilient. Look at Gary Player, a great golfer. A small man, but he won so many major championships. He said, "The harder I work, the luckier I get." Sounds simple, right? But that's a huge truth. Luck doesn't just happen. Luck is the result of you putting in the sweat, of you constantly practicing, of you taking the toughest shots and learning from them. You have to put in the effort, and you'll find luck follows. That's the spirit we need. Constantly learning from every situation, good or bad. Every mistake is a lesson. Every difficulty is an opportunity for you to show your intelligence and your problem-solving abilities. We must always be moving forward, always finding ways to be better, bigger, and stronger. Embrace challenges, learn from them, and you will win. It's that simple. Stay focused. Concentration is the key to winning. You have to be totally focused. You can't take your eye off the ball. Anyone who says otherwise is a loser. That's how you win. Listen, when you're president, or anyone who wants to be truly great, you can't let anything distract you. This world is full of noisemakers, negative people who want to pull you down, who want you to lose focus on the main goal. But you have to be strong. You have to have unwavering focus. That's the quality of the most successful people. I learned this lesson the hard way. Back in the early 90s, there was a big article that said everything he touches turns to gold. I believed it. I got a little complacent. I thought I could do anything, go out at night, and the work would just take care of itself. But it didn't. I lost a major lease deal because I didn't personally supervise. And then the market crashed. That was an expensive lesson, a test of pressure and resilience. You cannot take your eye off the target. Whether it's building a skyscraper, negotiating a deal, or running a country, you must always aim for the final goal. Don't let the noise steer you off course. Others will try to pull you in many directions. Ignore them. Focus on what you know is right, on the defined goal. That's how real winners operate. Resilience, the true strength to overcome everything. Weak people crumble under pressure. But real winners? They turn pressure into strength. That's resilience, and it's the most important quality. Listen up, in life, especially when you're running a great nation, you're going to face unprecedented pressure. Not everyone can handle it. A lot of smart people, people with high degrees from prestigious schools like Wharton, they can ace easy tests. But when they face real problems, big troubles, they don't know how to deal with them. They lack the guts, the endurance. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how resilient you are. Can you withstand the blows? Can you stand strong when everything is collapsing around you? When I faced difficulties in the early 90s, everyone said I would fail. But I didn't. I faced it, I fought, and I got through it. That was a great test. Truly successful people aren't always the smartest. They are the ones who never give up. They might change strategy, they might find another path, but they never abandon the goal. This resilience is what sets you apart. It's the foundation of all great success. You have to be tough, you have to be flexible, and most importantly, you have to be resilient in all situations. Believe me, that will lead you to victory. Real estate and the power of creativity, how to get rich smartly. Real estate isn't just about land. It's about vision. It's about creativity. And it's how you really make money, a lot of money. It's an important part of everyone's portfolio. Listen up, I know real estate better than anyone. It's been in my blood since I was very young. I love the creative process of building, transforming an empty plot of land into a magnificent structure. It's an art, a business, and if you do it right, it brings huge profits. Many people don't understand, but real estate is a great investment. It has tax advantages that no other industry has. You can make a profit, but thanks to depreciation, on paper you can show a loss and not pay taxes. That's a very smart strategy. The weaklings say, you're losing money, but they don't understand. You're making money, and you're saving millions of dollars in taxes. Inflation, people are scared. But with real estate, inflation is a good thing. It increases the value of your assets, as long as you know how to manage risk. You have to be careful, but real estate is always an essential part of a strong portfolio. I still look at a plot of land and think, oh, this would be a great location for a building. Even as president, that instinct hasn't changed. That's because I love the creativity that real estate offers. It's not just about numbers, it's about building something tangible, lasting, and incredibly valuable. That's how you win in business, believe me, winning mindset, becoming unbeatable. To be a winner, you have to think like a winner. If you don't believe you're going to win, you never will. That's the unwritten law. Listen up, this is very simple. A lot of talented people, a lot of smart people, but they never reach the top. Why? Because they lack a winning mindset. They don't truly believe in themselves. They tell themselves they can't, or they don't deserve it. And that's a terrible mistake. When you're at the top, you have to have absolute faith in your abilities. You have to see yourself as a winner before anything even happens. People might try to tear you down, say you're weak, that you'll fail. But you have to be rock solid. You have to see yourself as a one-man band, not too reliant on others, because sometimes they will let you down. That's why I always say, trust your instincts, trust your gut. Your parents might be wrong, other people might be wrong. But if you have a strong belief, a strong hunch, go for it. That's how you make a difference. You might have experienced failures, you might have weaknesses. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you have to rise above those things and continue to see yourself as a winner. You have to have a positive attitude, but also be realistic enough to deal with challenges. Life isn't always perfect, but your mindset can be. To do great things for this country, you can't have a weak mindset. You have to have the mindset of a champion, someone who never quits. That's what I always hold on to, and that's what has brought extraordinary success. Believe in yourself, chase your great dreams. You have to believe in yourself more than anyone else. If you don't do that, no one will do it for you. Chase your dreams, there are no limits. Listen up, this is the most crucial thing. I've seen so many people with potential, with great ideas, but they limit themselves. They don't truly believe in their own abilities. And when you don't believe in yourself, you'll never achieve great things. As president, I know I must have unwavering faith in this country and in our abilities. That's how you lead, that's how you inspire. There will be times when you fail. There will be times when you feel weak, that's normal. But the important thing is not to let those things define you. You have to shake off those failures, learn from them, and continue to see yourself as a winner. You have to be a one-man band, you can't always rely on others, because sometimes they will let you down. You are ultimately responsible. You must always believe in yourself and in what you are doing. Even when everyone around you doubts you, even when they say you're crazy, you have to hold on to that belief. That's true strength. Just like I did, when people said I couldn't win, I proved them wrong. That's because I believed in myself and in my vision. So, have a positive attitude. Be prepared to face difficulties, because life is never perfect. But more importantly, hold on to an unshakable belief in yourself and in your dreams. Chase them with all your passion and enthusiasm. That's how you achieve great success, that's how you turn the impossible into possible.